People are being disappeared by ICE in moves that are setting a very, very scary precedent as to what's going to be happening in America a few years down the line from now. Um, I'll point your attention to this article here from actually a local news station, Source NM, here in New Mexico, a news website, I should say, that says ICE disappeared 48 New Mexico residents, attorneys say. Immigrant families, advocates call for New Mexico legislature to act. In the first week of March, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says it arrested 4 New Mexico residents as part of immigration raids in Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Roswell. Now those people are unaccounted for. According to an American Civil Liberties Union of New Mexico civil rights complaint filed Sunday, which alleges all 48 have been forcibly disappeared. What we know is people in our community are gone. Workers are gone. Family members are gone. Our neighbors are gone, said Marcela Diaz, founding executive of Somos un Pueblo Unido. According to ICE's own announcement, it arrested most of those people not for criminal convictions, but for violations of civil immigration law, such as illegal entry or re-entry after deportation. Diaz said Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Roswell's mayors told members of her organization that they didn't know the arrests would happen and that ICE had assured them that they would only be going after people with criminal convictions. According to the complaint filed with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Office for Civil Rights and Civil Liberties and the Office for the Immigration Detention Ombudsman, ICE hasn't identified any of the 48 people they arrested, nor indicated where or in what conditions they're being detained, whether they have access to attorneys, or which agency is holding them. We don't know what's happened to these 4 New Mexicans. They've effectively disappeared. They're gone, said Becca Sheff, a senior staff attorney with the American Civil Liberties Union of New Mexico, during a Monday news conference at the New Mexico legislature. This is not normal. This is not what should be happening in the United States of America. And the precedent that this is setting is a precedent that will allow for Donald Trump to look at any group of person or people that are deemed to be illegal or undesirable and to forcefully detain and or remove them from the country based on that judgment, with no due process happening, no judge, no attorney ever being able to go before a judge and argue the legality of any particular case. This is fascism in America in full swing. This is what Hitler did with the Gestapo in Nazi Germany, that led to the deaths of millions and millions and millions of people who were murdered, men, women, and children, disabled people. This is shocking. This is not something that should be normalized. Donald Trump is setting the precedent with these ICE using ICE to detain immigrants without any evidence. What does this lead to? What does this, if we're going to, as a people, stand by and let this happen, where are we in 5-10 years from now if a different MAGA person is to take the reins, where the rule of law just has no meaning anymore. I mean, we heard Donald Trump say that he doesn't, Donald Trump's border czar, say that he doesn't care what the judges think. He doesn't care about a judge's ruling, ordering a plane to be turned around that was apparently already in the air. Oops, too late. They're already gone. We can't do that anymore. Sorry, judge. Sorry, U.S. law. The precedent that's being set is simply unacceptable in a nation that we are going to call a free democratic nation. And in another article here, it says Trump's lawyer says Venezuelan client was disappeared after Trump invoked Alien Enemies Act. We are horrified. Lawyer Lindsay Tokolotsky took to social media to detail how her group's client, a Venezuelan asylum seeker, was disappeared by the Trump administration. The Trump administration announced Sunday it would invoke the Wartime Alien Enemies Act to swiftly deport hundreds of Venezuelan migrants. Almost immediately after the move was declared, immigration advocates and attorneys took to social media to tell the stories of some of these deportees. Following the administration's move, Lindsay Tokolotsky, president, CEO, co-founder of Immigrant Defenders Law Centers, a nonprofit social justice law firm, took to X to detail the story of one of their clients, a Venezuelan migrant who was detained by ICE under the Alien Enemies Act, alleging his tattoos are gang-related. Our client worked in the arts in Venezuela. He is LGBTQ. His tattoos are not harmful, but ICE submitted photos of his tattoos as evidence that he is Tren de Agroa, Tokolotsky wrote in reference to the gang which the Trump administration is seeking to crack down on. His attorney planned to present evidence. He is not. He never got the chance because our client has disappeared. We last spoke to our client on Thursday before he was supposed to have a hearing in immigration court, but ICE didn't bring him. The government agency had no info about why he was not there. The judge reset the hearing for Monday. We have been trying to contact our client ever since. So that guy, the Trump administration is saying that guy over there, his tattoos link him to a gang, and we're not going to show you the tattoos. They're not going to show you any pictures of them or why they're gang related, but just trust us. That guy has tattoos that are gang related, and so he can't stay here in this country because of his tattoos. What the heck? What the heck happened to the due process? What the heck happened to a country where the rule of law is what is beholden to? Are we going to just allow Trump to just boss around immigrants and deport anyone he sees fit because of their tattoos without having a trial or without any legal representation whatsoever? And if we are going to do that, then again, what precedent does this set where Donald Trump and Donald Trump's administration can just make up any reason that they pull out of the sky to deport anyone that they don't see fit as being an American citizen? What other groups of people could this sort of reasoning spill over into? And really, what does it mean for democracy and the rule of law in America if Trump is allowed to do this? I don't think it means anything good. And I think that we need to be sounding the alarm about this sort of blatant fascistic and fascist behavior from Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans.